Hey guys, hope you all crispy and crunchy. It's CerealMaty here and welcome back to Doki Doki Love and Literature, and we're the same awkward spot that we left the game last time. We're at home from an exhausting day at school with my Ramune soda, and let's see what this evening has to offer. I pushed open the door with my foot and set my bag down at the foot of my bed. I sat down in my desk chair, gently placing my meal onto the desk. I propped up my legs and took a swig of my soda. Digging into my pocket, I pulled out my phone and tapped to my music playlist. As I watched steam waft from my dinner dish, my mind wandered back to the literature club group chat. The next soundtrack that sounds awesome. The next soundtrack that I want to relax to. Just a positive vibe. Nothing bad is ever going to happen. Yay. I was anxious to see if my name came up anywhere, and if so, in what context. I opened up my messaging app and tapped to the chat, accurately named Literature Club, with a flower and a book emoji. I took a quick glance at the member list. Monika was listed as the admin, with Sayori as the moderator. Yuri and Natsuki were regular members. Sayori's photo was a pan of glazed cinnamon buns. Did Natsuki bake them? Username Happy Thoughts with a sun emoji. Yuri's photo was a stack of books. There are binders showing off various titles. I noticed the portrait of Markov was among them. Username Yuri Katagiri 7. 7. So are there 6 other Yuri Katagiris in this universe? Natsuki's picture was a chibi cat against a polka dot background, in a similar style to the stickers on the club poster. Username Manga is Lit. Monika's photo was a selfie of her doing a peace sign, dressed in summer clothing, posing outside what looked like Tokyo Tower. Username LilMonix3. So I must say, all of the usernames and all of the profile pictures are so soothing. Like, for example, Lil Monix is the official name of Monika's Twitter account, I guess. Of real Monika's Twitter account. I mean, pretending her being real. But, yeah, cool. I scrolled through the previous chat logs. The last messages were from this morning, with Yuri declaring that she would be absent for the day, and acknowledgements from the rest of the club. Swiping up the earliest messages seemed to date back as far as a few months. How long has everyone known each other? I kept thinking to myself as I read through a few of them. The chats were nothing of particular interest to anyone but the club and my snooping self. It was mostly just general conversation about the club and weekend activities. Monika seems to be a very social person, going out socially with friends. Does she ever invite the club? There were also a few members here and there. I kept swiping through the chat, searching for my name. Eventually, I found it. LilMonix3. So, who's the person you want to bring to the club? Happy thoughts. Just someone I know. Smile face. Is it a boy? Question mark. Winking face. Manga is lit. Sayori, don't be a mood killer. Boys are trouble. You're... okay. I'ma just do the voice. Yeah. You know the name, you can read it. It wouldn't be terrible if there was a new member, even if they were male. Literature should be open to everyone and anyone, Natsuki. She even writes that. So, who is it? Well, his name is Matty and he's been my best friend since we were kids. He really means a lot to me and I've been trying to convince him to go. Ah, he sounds nice. I think I had a Matty in one of my classes. I'm gonna try to get him to go on Monday. Can you make cupcakes, Natsuki? Only if you pay me! Do you take hugs as payment? This is so amusing to read. I looked up. The smell of shabu shabu wafted in my nose, distracting me from my reading. I set my phone down and eagerly began to dig into my meal. No, I want to continue reading! As I ate, I remembered I still had to text a certain someone. Using my free hand, I picked my phone back up and began to type in Natsuki's number. Silence. What the fuck? You've unlocked a special poem? U2HLIG5LZWRZLHLVDXIGAGVSCC4 equals. Oh, not too bad. Except these awkward spots look like coffee stains, but they're grey. Daydreaming. I wish it could be anywhere with you. I see the colors shining bright with your feathers. We could fly away to heaven. I could see someday into the sparkling abyss and light, running with your flashing light, racing you, taking flight to fly on your feathers. Right now could be better. Right now could be better if I wasn't. If I wasn't here. Not too bad. Chapter 7, Storm Clouds. Right. Nighttime. I almost read Nightmare. Which, fortunately, didn't. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Keep the tunes coming. Keep them coming. Kodaka 17, oh come on. Mitsuki is so like you. Who is this? Probably some of my friends. Manga is lit. No, she isn't. Shut up. Oh, hey, it's a group chat with Natsuki and her friends or something like that. She has pink hair and wears a red clip. Okay. And she loves to bake and read manga. Yeah, but... And she's the shortest girl in the club. Oh, am I Kodaka 17? Okay, I'm confused. Oh, wait. I pause. I am not short! Angry emoji. I'd been texting Natsuki for most of the night, and I had to admit, it's turned out better than I had expected it to go. Yeah, it's me. As in, it was gonna be a brief and... yeah, one and done tsundere-style conversation. We went over what we were gonna be doing, researching what recipes we wanted to use and how to style them. We made plans for her to come over this Sunday. She seemed insistent that we all do the work at my house, which was sort of unusual, but I did not complain. I mean, wouldn't she not want to go over to a boy's house? I'm sure she's heard how those kinds of manga plots go. Not that I would ever dare try anything of that sort. After figuring out all the details of who would pay for what, we broke out into a general chat about our anime series and our favorite mangas. I eat up most of the wages since I'm shopping for all of the supplies we'll need to make the cupcakes. Blah blah. At the moment, we were waist deep in our original conversation at the club about the Parfait Girls, where I slowly couldn't help notice the similarities between their culinary club and our literature club. Yeah, they are pretty obvious. Already on the cover of Parfait Girls. Or what you drew in the Parfait Girls cover. I'm just saying there are so many similarities that it's kind of creepy. Ever heard of a coincidence, dummy? That's kind of a lot of coincidences. I watched her typing icon flicker for a few moments. Hang on, okay? I paused. Sure, no problem. I put my phone down for a moment to stretch out, sighing in pleasure as I felt my spine relax and pop. Stop it! This is not good! I already talked about popping parts of your bodies, except your fucking knuckles. So gross! Why do people do that? I glanced outside and barely noticed the sun has mostly set, the street lamps outside starting to glare brightly. Christ, had I really not moved since I sat down? I spotted the half-empty Ramune bottle and noticed how dry my mouth was. I quickly snatched up the bottle and downed the contents. Minutes passed, and not a single new message from Natsuki. I scrolled through our chat log and kept refreshing it, waiting for a new message to pop up. Nothing. I wonder what's keeping her. I couldn't help but think. I glanced at the bowl on my desk, the drippings of soup from the dish now drying up. Might as well take care of that, I thought as I got up, scooping up the dish and empty Ramune bottle. Wow. I walked downstairs and set the bowl in the sink, turning on the tap to wash it out. As I washed, my mind drifted to my plans for Sunday, how early I'd have to get up and fetch her supplies. She said she wanted to come over in the morning. Have to get a nice wardrobe out and tidy up around here in general. I should probably ask if Mom and Dad are going to be home. I finished up the dishes and dried my hands off. I chucked the bottle in the trash and retreated upstairs. Tap, 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 upstairs. I popped back down into my chair and looked at my phone again, feeling my heart sink when I saw there was still no new messages from her. Even so, there were several new ones that had built up in the literature club chat. I tapped the notification. Okay everyone, hope you all know what you'll be doing tomorrow, because the next meeting will be nothing but prepping for the festival. No poems, but make sure you have one to read for a presentation. Can't wait to see everyone. Hard. Noted. Thanks for reminding us. Smiley face. Thanks for the update, Money. Money. Ah, a cute nickname. How many times must I tell you not to call me that? Meaning money. Sorry. Natsuki and Matty, did you two read this? I started to type. Yep, thanks Monica. Natsuki and I have already figured out our plans. Looking forward to the festival. I swiped out of the chat and checked Natsuki's chat again. Last active 17 minutes ago. Sighing, I clicked my phone off and tossed it onto my desk. I ran my fingers through my hair and slowly swiveled on my chair to face my room, noticing how slightly dirty it was. Dirty clothes slumped around, unorganized textbooks, and I still haven't emptied my waste bin. Certainly not the dirtiest room in the world, but it could use some tidying up. I got up from my chair. Guess I'll start cleaning. Soon, half an hour passed. I felt myself grow worried. She's probably eating dinner or something, I told myself. Yeah, her parents called her down to eat. But still, she at least would have texted me by now, right? Or maybe she's taking a shower or something. Or am I being too obsessive over this? Maybe. It's certainly nothing to worry about, at least. I could always talk to her tomorrow. My phone buzzed. I quickly picked it up and read the notification. New message from Natsuki. Yeah! Almost hopping with excitement, I quickly tapped the message. Sorry, my dad was calling me. I'll talk to you later. See you tomorrow. Find me at lunch. Don't forget PG. Oh. And just like that, her profile clicked offline. Good night? Good, that apparently was the end of my day. I was just too exhausted by that and fell onto my bed and immediately fell asleep. The rays of morning sun peered in through my window, painful stakes digging through my eyelids into my eyeballs. I tossed in my bed, shielding my eyes from the light. Downstairs, the smell of breakfast wafted through my nose, the faint sound of cooking oil sizzling and popping. My stomach rumbled, dreaming of eggs and bacon. My hands grasped out to my nightstand and picked up my phone, placing my finger on it to unlock the phone. The first thing I saw was a row of dismissed alarms, one after another. Mine slowly started to spur. What the hell? What time is... 9:22 a.m. I shot up in my bed, panicking. Shit, I overslept. Class started well over an hour ago. Do Mom and Dad even know I'm here? They must think I already left, busy getting ready for their day. I threw my bedspread aside and shut up, rushing for the door. I listened in downstairs. A TV played, a male voice speaking in careful Japanese. I could hear faint, light music playing. And my mom and dad talking, but I couldn't make out their words. So, they're here. Shit. Whatever. They'll know I'm here once I head downstairs. Maybe Dad can even give me a ride to school. I turned my drawer and started pulling out a clean uniform, having just fallen asleep in yesterday's attire. I quickly buttoned up my blazer and went to the bathroom, combing my hair back into a respectable shape. I took a moment to check if the rest of my notifications. I started quickly reading them and swiping away. I stopped. Happy thoughts. Hey, are we still walking together today? Gang time to go. Shit. 2 missed calls from Sayori. Oh well, you're probably still asleep. Hehe. Hope you can come to the club today. I felt my heart start to swirl. I completely left Sayori hanging this morning. Fucking hell. Why did I stay up so late trying to finish Parfait Girls? Even if it was a good volume, which it kind of was, now Sayori probably thinks I'm ignoring her or something. I moaned to myself, opening up her chat. I quickly hack out a message. Hey, I'm really sorry I didn't wake up to call you to walk today. Hope you weren't waiting too long. Can I make it up to you with cookies? I pushed send and shoved my phone into my pocket. Gotta remember to wrap up a few cookies from the fridge for her now. I slung my bag over my shoulder and left my room, quietly shutting the door behind me. I walked downstairs. Rays of sunlight streamed in through the large wall-to-wall window, glowing on the wood floors of furniture. On the table I could see my father's laptop and suitcase and my mother's various folders spread out. Hi, Dad! Hey, Dad! You have green eyes? Me too? I don't know. Black hair? Very interesting. Matty, you still here? That was a lean and polished man, and a little nerdy in appearance, with solid black glasses and neatly combed hair. Wait a second. That is him. Or fully him. He was dressed in his usual formal attire, blue suit blazer with a stark white dress shirt, fat red tie and blue dress pants. Very fancy, indeed. He's here? I heard a soft female voice from the kitchen. Mom! Oh, let me send him a plate. I coughed. I overslept. Sorry. I was heading out right now. I moved to the door. My mom emerged from the kitchen, a steaming plate in hand. It's my parents! Hi there! You do look like Sayori. At least your lower part of your body. Your head looks completely different. Or, actually not. I think the hair is the same. Till here. That's new. And it's black, of course. And your eyes are new. They look a bit... I wouldn't say dead, because that would be mean. But they look weird, at least. But you're... Let's say... Sayori 2.0. No, actually not. You quite not look like her. Even though you're mostly made of parts of her. It makes my brain go nuts. Anyway. Nonsense. Oh my god, your eyebrows. Okay, let's keep moving. Eat. Can't have my son heading for his studies on an empty stomach, can I? Mom was fairly short woman, about as tall as Sayori. And I guess no wonder, I'd say. With a soft voice, and dazzling complexion. She had her black hair tied up in a small bun, a lightly grease-stained, dull yellow apron wrapped around her. Yeah, looks quite realistic to be honest, compared to all your other clothes. She was wearing a pink sweater beneath it, not yet changed into her formal attire yet. She held the plate and a tall glass of orange juice out to me, a smile on her face. I thankfully took the plate and drink and kissed her on the cheek. Oishi so arigato. Thank you. I set it down on the table in the seat to the left of my father's. His attention returned to the television. I set my bag next to my chair, resigned. Well, I'm late to school anyway, and the school stopped serving breakfast by now. Might as well eat, I thought to myself as I sat down. I suddenly remembered about the cookies. I got up from my chair. I got some cookies. Oh, what's wrong? She was hovering around the kitchen, cleaning up from making breakfast. I stepped into the small area of the kitchen and opened up the fridge. Nothing, Mom. Just getting a little treat for someone. I plucked out a few chocolate chip cookies from the tray. I looked around, searching for a chilled coffee drink for myself. Ah, who's it for? I opened the drawer and pulled out a thin box of plastic wrap, tearing off a sheet. Oh, just Sayori. Ah, how sweet of you. How is she these days? You never talk about her as much anymore. Oh, you never talk about her as much anymore. How is her mother? I'd like to invite her over for tea like we used to do. I paused, carefully thinking of my answer. Well, I'm not sure about her mother, but Ciara's been good. She's been walking with me to and from school these past few weeks. She made me join one of her clubs at school, and it's been a lot of fun. Really? She seemed a little surprised. You didn't tell us you were in a club now. What club is it? Literature club. Literature club, huh? Jeez, you're fucking tall. But you weren't that tall before. Definitely not. Dad had overheard our conversation and glanced up from the TV. How interesting. You know, your old man was the president of his school's literature club. Oh, nice. I wrote a short story that ended up going to the final level of a fancy literature contest in Kyoto, and I won the award the size of... He paused and gestured his form to the TV. That TV. He paused to take a bite of his eggs. Raw eggs. Perhaps a bit impractically sized, but it earned me all the more bragging rights. He pulled up his closed laptop sitting on the table towards him. Let me pull up the PDF I have. Oh, sweetie, spare him the story. You try showing off that story every chance you get. Mom laughed. Aw, come on now, Mickey. Mickey! Good. And now I only need to know your name. Dad, can tell me. Imagine your son asking you, Dad, what was your name again? Okay. That story is something to be proud of. It brought one of the judges to tears when he read it. If our boys in literature club, he could benefit from taking a few notes from a pro. He grinned and turned back to his laptop, feverishly typing away. I smiled, folding the wrapping up. I gently tucked it into my pocket. Mom bent down to put the pen away and focus on wiping down the sink. So, who's all in this club, Matty? Oh, well, I returned to my seat. Just myself, Sayori, and 3 other girls. You're the only boy? I'm hoping you know your manners. He gives me a stern look. I felt myself go hot with embarrassment. Of course, they've been really nice, and I've already written a few poems as a starting assignment. My dad nodded in approval. That's good to hear. Good to see my boy flexing his creative muscle. He returned down to his almost finished plate. I glanced up at the small flat-screen television. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe stood at the podium, microphone surrounding him, the news headline talking about a ceremony honoring the veteran members in his political cabinet. I watched a smaller news banner roll across the screen, detailing Japan and world news. My mind clicked back to Natsuki, and I realized I technically haven't even asked if it was okay for someone to even come over at all. Not like there would be a major problem. It's not like I'm throwing a party or something, but still. I coughed. Since I have you both here, I need to ask you something. Mom glanced up from the kitchen behind the counter. What is it? Dad shut his laptop, showing full attention. Well, our club is supposed to present in this big school festival next week, and everyone in this club is supposed to help with decorations and setting up our booth. I'm working with a girl who's supposed to bake snacks and stuff to offer to students, and I was wondering if... I gripped my fork. If it would be okay for her to come over on Sunday. If that's okay. Dad adjusts his glasses. What's the girl's name? Natsuki. Why can't she make the snacks at her house and you go over? I paused, not really having an answer. She just said it would be easier because I live a lot closer to the school than her, and her dad doesn't let boys over. An uncomfortable silence followed. Dad glanced at Mom, who said nothing, only shrugged the reply. How long would you be over? She wanted to come over in the morning and leave by, like, dinnerish. We were gonna make a lot of stuff, so it would take a while. Mom took a seat at the far end of the table. Well, this is rather convenient. I paused, expecting her next words to be a shutdown of my plans. How so? My dad picked up his empty glass and plate, heading over to the sink. Well, your mother and I got word to do, okay, that we were supposed to drive to Chiba for work training for some new equipment they're supposed to be implementing. We will be gone for the weekend, plus another day or two. We were going to tell you after school that you'd be on your own for the weekend, but here we are. I pulled up my mental map of Japan. Chiba, a port city, was about 15 miles or so from here. Same-ish distance from here to Tokyo. Maybe a 30-minute drive or so. I had never been, but I think my mom and dad had been there a few times before for work-related stuff. So yes, you can invite this girl over. That is on one condition. You don't rape her. I braced myself. Yes, Dad looked at me, that seriousness in his eyes. Can you promise to keep your hands to yourself? You know we can't afford to raise your So I wasn't that wrong about my ouch. Not about my ouch, but about my fear of my dad warning me about, you know, this topic about, you know, making sweet love, and I feel my cheeks go red. Dad! It's embarrassing! I practically shouted. Dad and Mom started laughing. Despite myself, I awkwardly laughed as well. Dad flickered down to his smartwatch. Oh shoot, it's getting to be around 10. He looked at Mom. I could drive him to school and then come back and we'll head out. Mom smiled. Sure, that gives me time to change. Dad stood up, pushing his chair in. Ready to go? I glanced down at my plate and realized I hardly touched it. Oh, sure, I picked up my fork and shoveled a cut up egg into my mouth. Took a few bites from a piece of toast and tore a chunk from bacon. Let me put this away. My mouth was almost full. I picked up the plate and glass and headed to the sink. Dad chuckled, grabbing his keys from the shelf. Remember to chew, son. I quickly swallowed the mishmash of food, took a big swig of juice, and put it in the fridge. I walked back to the table and grabbed my bag. Let's go! Dad gave Mom a quick peck on her cheek and moved to the door. I hugged my mom. Hands to yourself, Matty. Mom! I muttered, blushing. Have fun at school. I released the hug. Ow, I'm bleeding. God damn it. She gave a light wave as she closed the door behind us, hearing it clack and lock. We turned and started heading to the car. I'm at school! Well, here we are. Dad pulled the car in front of the gate, idling in a stretch of empty road along the sidewalk. I picked my bag up and pulled it over my shoulder. My dad was adjusting the radio back to his favorite station, political fireside chat. Remember what your mother said, Matty. Hands to yourself. I scoffed. Dad, you know I'd never dream of doing anything forceful. He nodded. I know. We raised you right. To always look out for others. Just keep it in mind and be cautious. Make her something to eat before she arrives. Tidy up a bit around the house. Be a gentleman. I smiled. Thanks, Dad. I stuck out my hand and he firmly shook it. Have a good day. See you by Tuesday. Mom and I will text you. I nodded and opened the door, stepping out into the road. Road. I shut it behind me and gave a parting wave, watching my dad pull out and start to drive off. I watched his car zoom by and turned to walk towards the school. I punched in the code to open the electronic gate. It locks once school starts to keep students in and keep undesirables out, and stood back as it automatically opened. I started to walk up the doors and heard it silently click back to lock. I swung open the doors and walked through the lobby of the school, a 3-story modern architecture area with exposed support columns and lots of floral decorations. I approached the main office and opened the door. Hey! Okay, we went to school, or Dad got us to school. And yeah, what this school day has to offer, we'll find out in the next episode. Until then, I hope I stop bleeding, first of all, which would be very important if I don't want to die in the meantime. Which I don't plan on doing yet, so I should keep an eye on that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, tell me somehow, as always, and I'll see you all in the next video.